Welcome to the ITSM Practice Podcast.
Welcome back to the ITSM Practice Podcast. I'm Luigi Ferri. In our last episode, we looked at the organizational side of BSI Grundschutz. The policies, the people, the structure that keeps a program alive. Today, we move into its machinery, the systems, networks, and technologies that carry those principles into daily operation. For many US companies entering Germany, this is where theory meets the cold light of verification. Because Grundschutz doesn't just ask if your systems are protected. It asks you to show how. When Germany designed Grundschutz, it didn't separate people from technology. Each measure is part of one structure, process and machine reinforcing each other. The framework divides technical security into modules: servers, networks, applications, infrastructure, each with precise requirements. No single control defines maturity. What counts is coherence, the ability to demonstrate that protection is continuous, measurable, and repeatable. That's the essence of Grundschutz, security that behaves consistently, not occasionally. Every program starts here, knowing what exists. Ask yourself, can you list every system your business relies on and prove how each one is secured? Grundschutz begins with this inventory. Then comes configuration, patch management, and access control. The simple things everyone claims to do until someone asks for evidence. For a software as a service company running on distributed cloud services, this discipline creates order. Automation helps, but what really matters is traceability. Who changed what, when, and why? A system without history is a risk without context. A network diagram used to be a formality. In Grundschutz, it becomes a map of trust. Production and office networks must be separated. Remote access is monitored, logged, and reviewed. Firewalls aren't symbolic. They are auditable barriers with a named owner. In Germany, security culture, what is not documented, is assumed uncontrolled. This mindset leaves little room for improvisation but eliminates many of the surprises that usually appear during incidents. Let's go deeper. Do you know how information moves inside your own systems? Grundschutz requires clear data flows and encryption policies that don't depend on individual discretion. It expects organizations to define where data lives, who holds the keys, and how recovery is guaranteed. In a cloud environment, this clarity prevents contradictions between marketing promise and operational reality. Clients see not just a secure product, but a company that understands its own architecture. The next building block is vigilance. Security control decay. Monitoring keeps them honest. Grundschutz integrates detection and response within the same system that manages prevention. Logs are correlated, alerts are reviewed, and every response follows a written path. The goal is not complexity, but consistency, a rhythm where signals are noticed before they become stories in the press. For American listeners, this structure may sound familiar. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework defines the same 5 functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, recover. The difference lies in expectation. NIST describes a landscape. Grundschutz measures the distance between the map and the terrain. NIST trusts organizations to interpret. Grundschutz requires them to prove. In practice, combining both offers balance: NIST for strategy and Grundschutz for verification. Back to our software as a service provider in Frankfurt. After building its information security management system, the company tackles the technical modules. They map every virtual machines and define ownership. Customer environments are isolated from administrative networks. Backups are encrypted, tested, and time-stamped. Administrative actions leave digital footprints reviewed monthly by the security team. When auditors arrive, they don't see a folder of policies. They see a living system, one that documents itself. This is what convinced German clients: reliability written in logs, not in beautiful PowerPoint slides. For those preparing their own infrastructure, these are the fundamentals. Keep a verified inventory of all systems and owners. Maintain consistent hardened configurations. Enforce network segmentation and secure remote access. Encrypt data at rest and in motion. Test and record backup and restoration. Centralize and review logs. Link every technical control to an accountable role. Each point reflects a mindset: security as evidence, not assumption. Before we close, let me ask one final question. If tomorrow you had to prove your security to a regulator, how much of your confidence would survive the audit? That's the quiet challenge of Grundschutz. It doesn't care about your reputation, your brand, or your intent. It asks for proof, and in that demand, it reveals that the real distance between what we say, we do, and what we actually maintain. For some, that question is uncomfortable. For others, it's the beginning of maturity. I'm Luigi Ferri, and this was the ITSM Practice Podcast. Arrivederci.